Good day everyone. Today I will discuss my part of my report, which is cover slide 2 to 5. This slide focuses on the current enrollment process, the problems we found in the system, and some way to improve it. So first is the AS-ISBP MN. This diagram shows the current enrollment process. It starts with the student submitting requirements and taking exam, then goes to the interview, medical, and finally enrollment. Each step is handled by different offices like OSAS, the department, and the clinic. The process is very manual and sequential, which means one delay can affect the whole enrollment. Second is redundant notification. In the current system, different offices like OSAS, the department, and the clinic each send their own notification to students. This often causes confusion and delay since the student may receive multiple or overlapping messages. The better solution is to have one automated notification system to make the process faster and clearer. So, in the third, manual transfer of results and list. Another problem is the manual transfer of result and list is, for example, OSAS forward the list of passer, then the department send the list of interviews, then the clinic send the medical result. So this takes time and can cause error or lost data. A shared database would make sure all the information is updated, accurate, and easier to access. Lastly, sequential approval instead of parallel processing. The last part is that the process is strictly step by step. If one step like the interview gets delayed, the whole enrollment process is delayed. Some step like preparing requirements could already happen at the same time while waiting for the result. Allowing parallel processing would save time and make the whole enrollment smoother. That's ends my part of my report, which focus on the current process and its main problems.
Naman po is yung to be process ng aming BPMN. So, start na po. From start, magsasubmit ng application si student. After nun is marireceive ni system at ibabalidate yung application kung valid or hindi. Kung hindi is mag-end na agad yung process. Kung valid naman ay masasave siya sa database ng system. At magsasend ng acknowledgement kay student at OSAS. After ma-receive ni OSAS ay mag-a-assign na siya ng exam slot, then magsasend ng notification schedule ng exam kay student. After ma-receive ni student ay magte-take na siya ng exam. Si system is handle niya yung examination at merong time na may required na dapat andun si student. Kung hindi naka-attend si student ay mag-end na yung process. Pero kung naka-attend si student ay magpo-proceed na agad sa exam. Then i-encode ni OSAS yung result ng exam. Then ma-auto-evaluate kung nakapasa sa exam si student. Kung hindi siya nakapasa ay mag-send ng fail notifications na marireceive ni student. Tapos na yung process ay end na yon. Kung nakapasa naman si student ay mano-notify din si student. Then ipapublish na ni system yung mga nakapasa sa exam or yung list ng passers. Naman ay may magaganap na parallel gateway. Merong schedules na magaganap. Una na dito ay yung schedule para sa interview na ikakonduct ni department. Ma-attend si student sa interview. Pagtapos sa interview ay diretso na agad sa result kung nakapasa ba sa interview si student or hindi. Kung hindi ay magsasend ulit ng notif student na failed. Tas end na. Kung nakapasa naman ay i-encode na yung result. Yung pangalawa naman ay yung schedule para sa medicals. Si clinic ang magkakonduct ng medical. Si student ay magte-take ng medical. Pagtapos sa medical ay i-review na yung result kung fitted ba siya or hindi. Kung hindi ay magpe-prepare ng student notice si clinic kay student, then end. Kung nakapasa naman ay i-encode na yung result. Pagtapos ma-encode ang schedules para sa interview at medical ay mag-auto-check na ng documents. Kung hindi kumpleto ay i-re-upload yung requirements, tapos mag-i-schedule ulit para sa requirements submission at may i-store yung data sa database ng system. Kung kumpleto naman ay i-comply yung requirements na ibabalidate ni registrar. Pagka-validate ay magkakaroon ng decision kung approve ba or hindi. Kung hindi ay magsasend ng rejection notice na isasend kay student. Tapos na. Kung na-approvehan naman ay i-confirm yung approval. Pagka-confirm ay mag-generate na ng COR si system. Tapos magsasend ng COR or i-comply as a PDF na marireceive ni student, then si student ay officially enrolled na.
Ngayon ay dumako naman tayo sa 5 functional requirements. 1. Meron dito 5, upload and submission of requirements, system auto-checks of the documents, validation by registrar, interview and medical scheduling, certificate of registration or COR generation. So sa una, upload and submission of requirements, dapat may mga option ang mga student na makapag-upload lahat ng enrollment requirements na didiretso doon sa system. pwede silang mag-attach ng file gaya ng PDF o image formats. Sa ganitong paraan, hindi nila kailangan pumunta sa registrar physically kasi online na yung submission. Number 2, system auto-check of documents. Pagkatapos ng upload, automatic na chinecheck ng system kung kumpleto ba lahat ng documents. Kapag may kulang, makakatanggap agad ng notification si student para ma-re-upload yung missing files. Nakakatulong yon para maiwasan ang ensures ng error para hindi ma-delay din yung enrollment process. Number 3, validation by registrar. Kapag naman na-confirm na ng system na kumpleto yung documents na pinasa ng estudyante, manual na chinecheck ng registrar yung mga yon. Kung hindi pasado, bibigyan ulit ng notification yung student para mai-correct o mai-submit ang kulang o mali. Sa step na yun, masisigurado na kumpleto na maipapasa ng student yung mga requirements para dun sa kanyang enrollment. Number 4, interview scheduling. Dito, si system yung nagsesend ng interview schedule galing dun sa department at in-notify agad ni student. Nakakatulong to para maayos o on time ang interview process nila. Tapos number 5, medical scheduling. Dito, si system din ang nag-a-assign na medical exam schedule galing dun sa clinic at automatic yung pinapadala dun sa student. Dahil dito, tinitiyak din na makukumpleto ng student ang health requirement para sa enrollment. Tapos, ito naman yung tatlong non-functional requirements. Number 1, system reliability and accuracy. Dapat laging consistent at walang error ang system sa pag-check ng documents. Kapag accurate ang validation, makakaiwas sa delay at siguradong valid lang ang makapag-proceed dun sa enrollment. Number 2, security and data privacy. Kailangan protektado ang mga sensitive files gaya ng medical at academic records. Gumagamit yun ng system ng encryption at secure logins para mapanatiling safe at confidential yung information ng student. Tapos pangatlo, usability. Dito, usability and accessibility, dapat simple at madaling gamitin yung interface ng system para walang hassles yung student na gagamit. Kailangan din ito gumana sa laptop, desktop at mobile device para mas convenient. So, sa summary, sa as-is BPMN, manual yung pag-upload ng requirements. Pero dun sa to be BPMN, auto-check na siya, ibig sabihin diretso na agad dun sa registrar. Kasama na rin dun yung scheduling ng interview, medical, para sa mas organize yung proseso. Tapos, automatic pa na ma-generate yung COR. Kaya, kailangan ng system na reliable at accurate para mas iwas sa delay. Secure para mas safe yung data ng students. At syempre, user-friendly at accessible sa kahit anong device para walang hassle sa pag-process.